folks, how's it going today? We're working on the F350 once again. Today I'm going to show you guys how to remove the rear door panel from a 1992 to 1997 Ford Crew Cab truck. And basically all you need for this job is just a Phillips screwdriver and an 8mm wrench, and you can get the job done. You might need a body panel clip puller, but you know, all my body panel clips are also worn out anyways. I didn't really need it, and they just kind of all fell apart. And my truck does have automatic windows, so it's going to be a little bit different if you have the manual windows in the back. Okay, so of course to get things started we need to pull off this door panel. I'm working on the passenger side rear door right here. So there's a few bolts around the perimeter here that we're going to need to remove. Appears to be 3 of them, and then there's one screw up top here. I'm just using a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this door handle to make it a little bit easier for us to pull off the door panel. Now the way we're going to do that is you can go inside here and just barely can see there's that one bolt there. Appears to be an 8mm. Okay, so I'm just going to loosen it. And we just pull that out. And this all comes down to one assembly. And that's the bolt. Looks like there's some Loctite on there, so we might want to put some back on later when we go to reassemble. Alright, now that we've got that door handle removed, we notice that it's pretty darn loose. And of course, there's supposed to be a bunch of these plastic clips here. If yours are in a lot better shape than mine, you're going to have to pry them back a little bit. And I'll pull this off so you can see exactly where they are, but you can see it's still hanging up on top. So what I'm going to do now is roll down the window so that we have a little more room to work. Okay, at this point we're going to want to disconnect this light. You have it. These things basically just twist and pull out. You see mine's kind of broken. I don't have a bulb in there. Okay, the truck I'm working on here today has automatic windows, so if yours has the mechanical windows, the process is going to be a little bit different. You've got to pull off that handle, and then it'll be just sitting kind of a little bit of a stub, and then it's pretty easy to pull it out after that. Okay, at this point your door panel should be pretty loose. You should be able to move it. Now, one thing to be careful of is there's tons of these plastic clips. So to remove this, we're going to have to pull the bottom of it up, and then we're going to have to pull it back from this window weather stripping. Now guys, one thing to bear in mind, this weather stripping, this sort of seal right here between the window and your door panel, actually stays. It does not come off with the panel. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of push it back and tuck it underneath the door panel. At this point, okay, so for this process, I'm pulling out on the bottom after I've got all those clips loosened, and then we're going to push up on it. Okay, you got to make sure the bottom is away, that way you don't shear off any of those clips. So y'all can get a little closer view. So pulling up on the bottom, pushing that stripping, that seal kind of back. Hopefully the plastic on your truck is new enough still that it still has some flex to it, it won't break. And then it kind of just pulls out. Okay, now I got to pull off this connector for the power window switch. There's these little clips on the side. Pull out gently. There's one on either side. Okay, and that just loosened it up, and then it can just pull right out of there. You can kind of see it just has little clips there, and the back just kind of clips on there with these clips on the side. You see there? There's clips on the side I had to pull out. Now we remove the door panel out of the way. Okay, at this point you'll see this sort of a plastic sheet on here. This is basically held on by adhesive on the edges. So we're just going to pull it up, and we're going to remove it. Alright guys, what I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning up the inside of this door panel and everything, getting all the dirt off so that I can go in and spray some adhesive here later and I can get this plastic part back on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some grease, some wheel axle grease, and I'm just going to put it in all these little joints and everything to, you know, I figure it's going to be off for them in here again, and, you know, maybe this way I can help prevent a little rust and stuff like that. Truck will last longer. Alright, so now it's time for us to go ahead and start putting this all back together. I'm going to feed my wires through this piece of plastic. Now we're going to want to make sure that we put this plastic back on because it is there for weatherproofing and all that. So to put it back on, I'm certain you could use just regular adhesive, but I ended up getting this Gorilla Tape. Stuff's weatherproof, so I'm just going to use that. Alright, so now we can turn our attention to the door panel. And as you can see, there's a bunch of these clips and things of that sort that they break and get worn out. So I'll just pull them out. I picked up a box of these universal door clips, or I guess body panel retainer things, and I'm going to use those to replace it. That way this thing doesn't rattle whenever I put it back together. And of course these things are pretty simple. The way they go in there is just you get the little clip, put it in the hole, and it slides over. And it sits in there a little snug, and that's how it fits. Okay, got those clips in, and now of course to put it all back together, it's just the opposite of the way we pulled it out. Gonna reconnect this little clip here. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna roll the window down again. Okay, so I'm kind of peeling up this weather stripping a little bit. Got a little screwdriver and pushing in the rest of the panel. Of course, make sure you get that door lock stick there up. It's supposed to be. Okay, at this point we should be able to just push it all back together with those clips. Alright, so remember the bolt goes up. You gotta work it again real slowly. You know, I can know the bolt started because I can pull on this thing and it doesn't come out, so just keep going, tighten it up. Now just double check that door handle works, looks good, and now I'm just going to put in these screws. And then we should be good to go. Well folks, that does it for the video here today. Hope y'all enjoyed it and hope it helped y'all out. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, R&D Diesel, you really should, because otherwise the diesel fairies might come and make your truck a no start. You don't want that.